What started in small numbers as a mild demonstration on Wilshire Boulevard outside the Israeli Consulate quickly elevated into a large-scale confrontation between pro-Palestinian and pro-Israel groups. Beginning on Tuesday, December 30th at 4:30 p.m., the protests were primarily in response to the Israeli government's recent airstrikes in Gaza targeting Hamas militia and the continued rocket fire from Hamas militants into southern Israel. And the reactions in Los Angeles were as conflicted as they are in the Middle East.
I think it's a lot of very misguided people. They like to make a lot of noise, but in the end of the day, when the facts are out, they have to understand that the Israelis left Gaza. They are not occupying it. And for their troubles, they get rained on with missiles, and no civilization, no country would allow its citizens to tolerate that kind of punishment without reacting.
Well, it's sad, but I'm afraid that Hamas invited it. Hamas invited Israel to respond in this way.
Recently we have seen this heighten to the extent that it has turned into a massacre of the Palestinians, so we call for that to end immediately. There's reports that about five Israelis have been killed so far. 5 compared to the close to 400 now. We're talking about a massacre.
Actually, I'm Jewish, and I was raised very much very pro-Israel and very pro the state of Israel. And it's only in the last 6 years since the occupation of Iraq began, my sons told me the stories of what happened over there. And then I started meeting people from Gaza. I met with combatants for peace that have Israeli soldiers and people from Hamas and other organizations working together, talking about the stories of what's happening. And I know that occupation, that it has to end, that there's not going to be any peace anywhere as long as occupations are going on.
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live the Intifada!
Though the protests ultimately wrapped up with only a few minor incidents, dozens of uniformed LAPD officers lined the streets in preparation for the worst. For more information, visit JewishJournal.com. Reporting from Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles, this is Jay Firestone.